Live.
Bro, do you have your own camera?
Wait, who? That's the person from Hey Arnold.
Can you like
Or
make
the
it?
recent person.
Good job.
Oh yeah! Are you live streaming that? Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
For me. Stop!
Legit live. 4 months.
I don't see it.
It's right there.
Oh, there you go. VGA. Watching the live stream. Yeah, asshole. Yo, Michael. I'm watching the live stream.
Watch it too.
Michael, I swear.
You guys get on Robert's live stream.
Yeah.
Whoa. Can you stop? I know,
It's so dumb. Why is it broken?
Bro, stop!
My Chromebook sucks.
Oh, Chucky. I'm not even mad at him.
It was so easy. You were like, that?
I can't.
Who's jump skating?
Yeah, who is that?
That don't look like me. I don't wear makeup.
Who's jump skating?
I don't know.
Okay, what about the eyeshadow?
That's makeup.
You look at me like that. Anyone ask for your opinion?
No, I invited myself in.
Exactly.
You on record? You on put the red shit?
Oh my god, you're wrong.
Oh yeah. Dude, it's still my phone.
Oh my god.
You should join. Oh, you've been. I was like pointing at you the whole time. Oh, thank you. What?
Live stream all day. Just keep on live streaming.
Yeah, man, just gonna keep it in the pocket. Just gonna keep going.
You guys, live stream is gonna be on all day.
All time.
Serious, Victor.
What? What the fuck? You're saying yes, God.
Oh shit!
Get that content in.
Michael, say hello to the live stream. Michael.
Check out the live stream. What's up?
Go to manual, just put it on his face.
Bro.
I had it like a. I had it.
Oh, big penis.
Exactly.
Give each other.
Gender equality.
What the hell?
Gender equality.
Where's your phone back?
Cassidy.
Over there, video.
Yo, Pop, did you ever think about it?
It's a live stream,
SpongeBob's
man.
the main character. Watch Patrick the Star.
Oh, what?
Oh, what?
What the heck?
Michael. I got it. I just want. I don't know. Watch our content. The content's right there. Look.
Zoom it on that nigga's face.
Man, James.
You delete that one. Delete that one.
My pencil.
Wow. My booty. Delete that one.
Nah, it's not going anymore. I stopped
Let me
it.
see that.
Dude, just trust me. I stopped it.
No. Let me see it then. It's recording, bro.
Nah, take it.
What is it?
You're recording right now. Fucking life, you can record whatever you want. Just don't get it taken away.
Stop showing the phone camera.
Bro, you think it's over, bro? Yo. Yo, bro. You recorded it? Well, look at you.
Watch all the chirping.
Hey, Enes.
No, chill.
All those ones.
Yeah, well, wait, you just posted that? Wait, you have a YouTube channel?
No, he does, Robert.
You just put that on right now? Oh, look at.
Whoa. Yeah, he's live streaming right now.
I'm doing it all day night.
Just watching the live stream.
That's not live.
There's only 2 people watching.
Oh, he told you.
He said it again.
Look at this chat.
I'm not gonna record you.
I had to accept that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, Jacob, let me see.
Yes.
We recording?
Like she was.
Hey, Dex. Dex.
Look at the video.
What the heck?
It's not showing me.
No!
Stop, please. Damn it, I want to join that.
Jacob.
Stop, man.
Just keep on recording.
Hey, Skylar. Skylar.
Michael, we need some more content.
Michael, we need more content.
Hey,
We need
Juan.
more content.
We need more content, dog. Mark. Keep it on.
I'm doing it the whole day. It's my fun right now. Everyone join the live stream.
That was good.
I'm going the whole day. It's an all-day live stream. It already started. Yeah, it's been going on forever. Have it open? Yes. Yes, I can. We got the live following on the live stream. We also got your man.
Oh, when he fell, he got it.
Why?
Fight for up.
I like that up. When I get home,
Don't procrastinate. Everybody want to know.
No, you can't sit there.
It's still comedy. Hey Jamie, join my live stream. I'm live all day. Join my live stream. On the Chromebook. No, YouTube. I'm live streaming right now.
Kai, go put your bag away. It smells like what's in here.
Look, I legit am. It's going again.
Black pocket, okay. Black pocket,
Nah, I didn't get to it. Nah, I didn't. We're in the math, Griff. Okay. Wait. Nah, stop. You're on a live stream. It's showing on my phone.
good, bro. They call me Peter.
It's good to end.
It's your boy, Penis.
Dude, somebody tries to fat me. Javon, join the live stream. Did you tell? It is?
Whoa! Hey!
I'm not showing.
I realized I was not here. But if you do not have your homework written in your agenda right now, we have an issue. We're in December. Okay? We are in December.
No.
There is no homework. That needs to be the first thing that happens in your agenda. The path is out, so let's wait for it to come back. Yes.
Say something to subscribers.
Yes.
Bro, follow me on Snapchat. Social, you know.
Javon, you're gonna be the star.
What is the deal? Pump the brakes. The volume is out of control. Whisper. Because you don't know what that means. You gotta go to the office. Because of what you said in the hallway. I'm not going to repeat it. Thank you. You can sign it. I'm going to yes. All right.
Hey, Mr. Wade. What? Did you grade those yet?
No.
Man.
Mr. Wade's now on the live stream.
Oh, yes, yes.
It's
So obvious.
what are you talking about? There's a phone sticking out of my pocket.
Wait, is that puzzle thing due today?
Yes.
I already turned it in.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you do a live stream.
Ow!
No. Haley, Dex, is Damian here today?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slope formula. You guys ready to take this right now?
Oh, I'm not, but I mean, if I have to, I
So,
guess I will.
what's that?
Can I go in the breakout room?
No.
Why?
Because then I can't see you.
want to be in here and take it.
I know. So we'll do this on Monday then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buddy.
So
Yeah.
remember it's open notes. Down to 1 Now.
This won't come out.
I do not like the way the units are broken up, these next 2 units, for the curriculum that I've been using this year. Okay? There's a lot that I like about the guided notes and quizzes and tests and stuff that we've been using, but these next 2 sections, I don't really like it. So what I've done is I've created my own guided notes. Why is this row so mean?
It's narrow. It's like.
Alright, so.
Because when you were in the
Evan, JJ,
that's so for you know.
When it's straight, you have to like move to like see the board.
Yeah, I can edit the
Right, but here's the issue with it, is now those 2 are sitting right next to each other.
But I can't see the board when you write because that's.
If only there were empty seats where there would be nobody sitting in front of me.
Right? There's too many people in this class.
I'll bring the door on Monday.
Why don't you sit up there?
Where? Somebody's sitting there.
Again, here's our volume issue.
Can I just sit like this because I move at the end of class?
Nope.
Thank you. Victor, you can wait.
Hi, wait, that's what I'm doing.
Yes.
I'm covering it.
You think I care?
No,
Can I have the money
You
that
can walk,
you
you
give you?
can walk over here now.
I don't have one.
That thing's long.
What'd you do to it?
Rip that, cut it.
So, this is what is wrong with this class. Guys, collectively, you are a very intelligent group of kids.
Oh, thanks.
But you make dumb decisions sometimes. And one of those dumb decisions is not focusing for the entirety of a class. And another dumb decision is at the volume at which you communicate with each other. And here we go, talking over me again. That's the problem.
Are these notes?
Yes, these are your guided notes. I have created this set of guided notes so that we still have something that you guys can follow along with, but what was happening is I don't like the vocab choice and the way they broke down your next set of notes. So I'm combining 2 sections into this one worksheet. Period. There's
You kidding me?
I make sure you're not, I make sure I make sure you're training.
Thanks.
No,
Oh,
Philip?
yeah, God.
He's right there.
Oh, yes, he is, right there. Sorry, Philip. No, he is.
Dude, you won't.
Oh, that's bad.
You're not on this.
Yvonne is here, Robert is here, Haley is here, is here,
Or like,
no Damiani,
He's saying he's gonna
Emily
get
is
in trouble with the live
here,
video.
They're gonna be like this.
hi, that's
no Brian.
I'll block the speaker. The speaker's right here. I can block
Okay,
it.
so
Block it.
this next section is continuing on our linear relationships, but now we're moving into linear equations. Okay? We're moving on to linear equations, and the first linear equation that we are going to talk about is something called slope-intercept form. Okay? Slope-intercept form.
I like it.
Now, linear has what word in it?
line.
Line. Okay? So a linear equation is any equation that forms a line when it's graphed. Okay? Lines, by definition, are straight. Okay? And each line has its own equation. It's like its name, if you want to think about it. Okay? So each line that you see on a graph has a different name, a different equation that goes with it. So the first one we're going to talk about is called slope-intercept form. And slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Okay, so at the top of that paper, I think I left room for you. Yep, I left room. You definitely want to write y equals mx plus b. Okay,
What does this mean?
I will explain. You already know what m means. What does m mean? It means slope. You guys already know that.
Then what B?
I will explain. Okay? So, right now, slope-intercept form is this collection of 4 variables with an equal sign thrown in there. Y equals mx plus b. Okay? Well, you know what m is. Where have you heard of x and y?
Coordinate point.
Coordinate point from a graph, okay? So even though they're not next to each other, they still represent the same information. The x is the x coordinate, and the y is the y coordinate of any given point, okay?
So rise over 1.
What rule is?
Okay? It is x and y. It's the x coordinate and the y coordinate from a given point. Okay? X and y coordinates from a given point. Yes. So it is an intercept, but it is a specific intercept. Okay? So x and y we've taken care of. It's a coordinate point, an ordered pair, okay, of any given point. I'll kind of explain what that means in a minute. M we already know is slope. And B is the only new variable for us. B is what's called the y-intercept. Okay? The y-intercept.
Hope you guys learned that.
Yep.
Who are you talking to?
Now, what does the word intercept mean?
Go for it.
Crossover.
Yeah, where something intersects, crosses.
Go for it.
Okay? Intercept sounds like interception from football, or it sounds like intersection. Think streets, they cross. That's why it's called an intersection. Streets interact with each other.
Oh.
They meet.
Jamie, please tell me you didn't.
Okay?
Oh.
That's what this is. So because it's called the y-intercept,
That makes sense.
okay? The y-intercept is the point at which the line crosses, like Haley said, the y-axis. Okay? The point at which the line crosses the y-axis.
Yeah, no, the X is right. I'm happy.
So visually, to see what I'm talking about, you've got your y-axis, you've got your x-axis, okay? And we're just going to graph a line here real quick. The y-axis, or I'm sorry, the y-intercept is the point where this line, the red line, crosses the y-axis. So it would be this point right here.
What are you looking at for?
Okay? Because that's where the line intersects. Gentlemen, it's where the line intersects the y-axis. Now, in math, sometimes things make sense. I would say most of the time, things make sense. There is a reason it is called slope-intercept form. There are only two things that you need to have in order to write something in slope-intercept form. They are in the name of the equation. You need slope and you need y-intercept. Gentlemen, if you have those two things, you have everything you need to write an equation. Okay? So if you look at the very first example, it says, write an equation of the line in slope-intercept with the given slope and the y-intercept. So your first problem says slope is equal to what? Okay? And it says the y-intercept is equal to 7. So the equation, all you do is plug in slope where m belongs, and you plug in y-intercept where b belongs, and you're done. Okay? So it is y equals 2/3 x plus 7. Yes?
Is there something called an X?
Yes. Okay? It would be where the line crosses the, yeah. It's not part of the equation, that's why I didn't go over it. But yes, there is something called the x-intercept. It is where the line crosses the x-axis. We will talk about that, I don't know, maybe next week, if not the week after. Okay? It does exist, we will use it. But because the intercept from slope-intercept form is the y-intercept, that's the only one we're going to talk about today. Okay?
Well, why didn't you just change the x and the y?
Say that again?
Wouldn't you just change the x and the y and keep the 7?
Wouldn't we just use x? So, something written in slope-intercept form is going to be written y equals a number x plus a number. Okay? This is an equation in slope-intercept form. You're going to have a y, you're going to have an x. Okay? Now, x and y could be a point from that line. We'll use that later on in the unit. But as far as you're concerned right now, the equation is going to have an x and a y. Okay?
What lunch do we have today?
Second. No, we have third.
Third. Yeah.
Questions on the first one?
We didn't talk yesterday.
Okay, there's no hidden trick, guys. You literally just plug it in. M belongs in front of the x. That's where we put the slope. Y belongs at the end. A y-intercept belongs at the end. That's where we put the y-intercept. There's no hidden trick there. Okay. Number 2.
Wait.
It's already solved. Slope-intercept form is just the name of the line. It's like, I'm Mr. Way, you're Emily, right? It's when you'll see it in a minute, when it's on the graph. This is the name of it. What this looks like is,
Okay. You still, oh my god, you're still on my stream. Oh god.
this line right here is y equals 2/3 x plus 7. This line will have a different equation. This line will have a different equation. This equation is this line. And by the end of the lesson, you guys will know that. You'll understand that.
I know why.
Okay?
Not.
Bad. Why don't what? Because slope-intercept form is solved for y. It's already solved. I don't care what the value of y is. I don't care what the value of x is. Slope-intercept form is an equation written in this format. Y equals mx plus b. I don't care what x is. I don't care what y is.
I just thought it would be more complicated.
Nope. There is no hidden trick to that. Yes, Javon?
So, the part where it like intersects the thingamajigger.
The thing, I don't know what the thingamajigger is.
Now,
Gentlemen.
When the line intercepts the y-axis, do you take the point that it's going through? Would that be?
That's what the y-axis is, yes.
So would that be the point where it intersects? Like, say
Like we're on number 2 right now.
Oh yeah, I know we're on number 2.
Okay, so we don't even need a picture because the directions say write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form with the given slope and the y-intercept.
Okay, now
what is the slope?
The slope is 5/3.
Nope, number 2.
Oh, to -2.
No, number 2. 1/4.
1/4.
The y-intercept is?
-9.
So if you plug it into the equation, you get y equals. What's your slope? 1/4 x.
Plus negative 9.
Parentheses.
Except, how can I write that in simpler form?
-9.
Yeah.
Do we have to do that?
Yes. You don't have to write this step. I just do it the very first time around to show you, yes, this is true. This is how you need to write it. Because adding a negative and subtracting are the same thing.
Trace button.
Does that how it go? Again, you take M, you plug it in where M belongs, you take B, you plug it in where B belongs. That's it. Alright? Number 3. Y equals -2x Plus 8. That's it.
That's me. I love that.
You can't love something that doesn't love you back.
You kind of can.
That's not a true statement at all.
Can food love you back?
It doesn't matter. The
Yeah,
statement
food
you made
wants to
is
get
false.
How is it false?
Food wants to get eaten. If you
Read the board.
If you eat the
Read the post. Same way.
Who?
Oh, yeah.
Who says?
Number 2. Whoa. This is the problem. Again, this is like the 4th time that I'm telling you again, you guys are off task. This is a very simple lesson that we should be able to get all the way through, especially with this class, if you guys pay attention. Number 4.
Why did you stop it when x plus 12?
Right?
stop. Please.
Whatever is happening, stop. Because I remain calm and I stay patient, but that only lasts so long. Like, the ridiculousness, the tomfoolery, the asinine behavior needs to come to an end. Y equals 1x plus 12. Okay? But I can write that in a simpler form. I can write it as y equals x plus 12. Yes.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, because 1x is the same thing.
Yes. Because slope is nothing more, in this equation, slope is nothing more than the coefficient. You guys know what the word coefficient means?
Yeah.
No.
7th grade vocab term. Okay? Coefficient, the number your variable is being multiplied by.
Yes.
The number of variables you have. So the coefficient here is 2/3. The coefficient here is 1/4. The coefficient here is -2. The coefficient here is 1. The coefficient here is also 1, even though it's not written.
Wait.
It's the number of x's you have. How many x's do I have right here? Javon,
Yes.
1. How many x's do I have here? 1. In math, don't write more than you have to.
So if it's like a whole number, so we write 2x. No, never mind. I answered my own question.
Questions about number 4?
Oh.
Wait.
Go.
Does the y intercept always
No. If the line crosses at 4.5, it would be 4.5. What we're going to deal with most of the time is going to be an integer, yeah, a whole number or a negative number. But it doesn't have to be.
Mr. Way.
But most of the time, we'll work with a whole number.
Mr. Way.
So this has been really easy so far, so what's the catch?
Right now, there is no catch. For the first 6, there is no catch. It literally is that easy. What's the answer to number 5?
Y equals.
Hold on. You've answered 4 of them so far. Go, Kyle.
Y equals 5/3 x, what? Right, minus.
Done.
She entered 3, because I entered 1.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
I rewind.
we're
3.
all in this together.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not angry about it. I'm excited about it. I just want to share the wealth. Okay? Now,
I
6.
didn't try.
Should I do it?
I have a question.
Go.
Wait, 0x, would that just be?
No.
All right, so you're absolutely right. Read it as you would normally. Y equals
0x
0x minus 5. But what were you going to say?
Would it just be like y equals
It would be y equals -5.
So that problem answers itself.
You just solved the mystery.
I'm going to be a whole lot quieter.
Yeah. Okay.
Good live stream.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, man.
I'll make it spicy.
Make sure you're... Alright. So, again, slope is the coefficient that you find with x. How many x's do we have here?
We have 0.
How many x's do we have here?
0.
It says the same thing, guys. Okay? This is just in simplest form.
Would you keep the factors as the proper fraction?
Yes.
Okay.
And you'll see why on 7, 8, 9. Okay? So this is what I was saying before. I was like, do not turn something into a mixed number. One, it's just more opportunity to make a mistake, right? The more work you do, the more opportunity there is to mess up. Okay? Two, slopes we're going to use as a fraction. Singular fraction, not a mixed number. Go.
But if it's x and 0, then what's the line?
What kind of, well, if the slope's 0, what kind of line is it? No, what kind of, the slope is 0. What kind of line is it?
Horizontal. Horizontal?
Horizontal line. Yes. So this would be on so the graph of this
Excuse me.
will look like this.
Excuse
That made it
me.
interesting.
Huh?
That made it interesting.
Horizontal line that crosses through the y-axis at -5. And it all comes together the more we do this. Yes, sir. Yes. When the we need to stop. When the y-axis, when the y-intercept is positive, you add. When the y-intercept is negative, you subtract. That's why it's plus in some and minus in the others. Okay? All right. Questions on that top part? And to answer, Kaya, your question from before, there is no catch as long as
Why turn off the lights?
as you are given slope and y-intercept. And I will, again, I don't know why I have to compete with your conversations. Okay? There will be questions where you're just given slope and y-intercept and you just write the equation. Okay? So there will be some that are that easy. Not all of them are, because some of them
Yes.
Some of them you're given a graph. Okay? But again, what are the only two things you have to have in order to write something in slope-intercept form?
The y and what the slope, the rate of change,
So the slope,
and then the intercept, the y-intercept.
the y-intercept. You need m and you need b. How do you find slope on a graph?
By slope. By sloping.
You need two of them. Right. How do you find slope on a graph?
Y and x.
Somebody said it. Rise over run. Slope on a graph is rise over run. Okay? We're calculating rise over run. So you need 2 points that are good, clean points that cross right through the corner of a grid, where your x coordinate is a whole number and your y coordinate is a whole number. So, here's our graph. It's the same graph that's on your paper. What's a good, clean point that we can use? Go. -4 is not a point. -4, 0 is right here. 0, -4. Okay? 0, -4 is right here, and it is absolutely a good point. Correct. Okay. What's another point? 0, -2 is right here. Not on the board. 2, what is 2, -0? 2, -0 is right here. -2, 0 is right here.
-1, 0.
Yes!
Beat you to it.
You know what?
Sooner or later, I will force you into using the correct terms. -1, 0 is right here. And I'm willing to bet that 99% of you guys, when you were throwing out those numbers, you were talking about these 2 points.
Yeah.
Okay? One, it's really important for you to understand what's going on, and two, it's really important to succeed, right? To know the vocab. Okay? That's all. But yes, you're absolutely right, we're talking about these 2 points. Now, how do you calculate slope? Go ahead, Carlos. Yeah, so what are we doing?
Oh yeah. Mr. Krabs.
Okay, we can go down if you want.
Just wait for my phone to fall in my pocket.
And then go to the right.
Okay, so down is what?
Negative.
How many?
1, 2, 3.
Count again.
And,
Down 4.
4.
Okay. And then run. If we're going to the right, positive or negative? Positive.
1.
Negative 4 divided by 1 is?
Negative 4.
And it does not matter if you went up and negative 1. You get the same thing. This is the same exact rise over run. Because here you get positive 4 over negative 1, which still reduces to negative 4. Cool. The two things we need are slope and y-intercept. We've got one. We've got slope. M is equal to negative 4. What's B equal to? Where does this line cross the y-axis? Negative 4. So what is the equation of that line?
Y equals x minus 4.
Negative 4x minus 4.
I thought it was that.
X, I'm gonna kill you.
It's negative 4x. What's the slope?
Negative 4.
It's just, now it's just like the first 6 problems we did. Take M, take B, plug it in. Here's M, plug it in. Here's B, plug it in. Done. This equation is that line.
How'd you just get B? I'm lost.
What
B is.
What does B stand for? B stands for the y-intercept. What is the definition of the y-intercept? Alright, so here's my y-axis. Here's my line. Where do they cross?
Why are you cheating, Carlos? Got all
At
that.
negative
It's
4.
today.
I'm so happy you guys actually stopped me to ask that question.
Yeah, I was.
Because that's what happens, is there's several people that have the same question, and most of the time, you guys collectively as an 8th grade don't stop and ask.
So you would just, okay, so it would be y.
Done. Yeah. Literally, that's, once you get these two, you plug them in, and you're done.
You're not my
So
dad.
you just get the rise over the
It just so happened that they're the same one on this one. They, like, if you look at the next one, that's not the case. Okay? So if we move down, okay, our process doesn't change. What are the two things that you have to have? Slope and the y-intercept. Okay? This time I'm going to tell you, what's easier to calculate, the y-intercept or the slope? Yeah, you just find out where it crosses. So where does this line cross the y-axis?
5.
At 5.
Yeah.
Right. More often than not, that's going to be a good clean point. You might as well start with the y-intercept, because now you only have to find one more. Okay? So we're looking for rise over run, but we already know that the y-intercept is 5. And hint, guys, the y-intercept is always going to have an x-coordinate of 0. Has to. Otherwise, it won't be a y-intercept. So where's another good point that we could use? 2, 6 is a good point. What's our rise? 1. What's our run? So our slope is 1/2. Dex and Jamie.
No, I dropped my paper.
Questions on those two? So what's the equation?
No ketchup. No sauce.
1/2 x
Do you double
plus
side?
5. And it's plus because it's a positive 5. If it were negative, it would be negative 5.
The worst.
So this line is the equation y equals 1 half x plus 5. Each line has its own equation. Okay? And the only two things you have to have in order to write it are slope and y-intercept.
So, would you just find like rise over run and that'd be y equals so and so x?
Yep.
And then it'd either be plus or minus, and then where it crosses, and
That's it. That's it. Okay? So the only difference between these two that we just did and those first 6, where in the first 6 I gave you m and b, and you just wrote the equation. In these two, you had to find m and b and then write the equation. Now, it's not crazy hard to find m and b, it's just a little bit more work. Okay? Questions on the front of this page?
All at the back?
Is this crazy? I know, like in the age of technology, this is crazy, but there is a trick to figure out if there's a back to a page. You know what it is?
Flip it.
Yeah. You go.
Lift it.
There is no backside to this.
We'll talk about the back when we get back. You got it.
You see that, right?
It's going all day. I'm gonna stop it when I get home. It's oh yeah. I had the phone out of my pocket. Yeah, it's actually going right now. So.
Why do you walk so aggressive?
I don't know. I actually don't know why. One, it was a dare. Actually, I'm bored.
My foot! Oh, I know.
Dude, can you not watch my phone? I can't. Dude, no one can make me stop. Even when a teacher comes, I'm just gonna shut my phone off and it still goes. It's cool.
Rules is on our tab in this country. Okay.
Dude, the live stream's still going.
What live?
Oh, you want to start a live stream and then make it so the whole day. Yeah, this is what happens in the board. Sorry. Whenever I record, I okay?
Gabriella Malika. You physically can't.
Dude, I will. I told you, I don't back down from there.
Hey, pizza.
Zach.
What? Just quick again, please.
Nice one.
Hi, Lily.
It says, I'm doing a live stream all through school right now. There's a live stream going on my phone. If I take it out, ooh, I'm recording a live stream video.
How many viewers do you have?
3.
Really? People watching you?
People in school are watching my live stream.
Who?
Wow.
How do you know that?
We're just doing a live stream right now. It's still going. All day.
Anyone tried to take
Damn it, Nicole! Nicole's a piece of shit. Here, have my milk. Tell people to join my live stream. Hey, everyone at the table, join my live stream.
Which channel?
I'm doing a live stream. On my channel, right now. Like, I'm actually recording a live stream.
Whatever, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Right here, it's a live stream. Say out to the camera. My phone's burning hot right now. The princess ready for this? Wait, isn't it day 3? Guys, join the live stream. Dex is in it. Dex, Jamie, Philip, Emmanuel, most everyone's in it. We have Princess here in it. That was me. Oh no, I wasn't at the door. I was banging on the wall. That was Dex. That was Dex. I was one banging on the wall. It'd be awesome if we got the future being sexy if it gets me and Austin on a live stream. Like you do on a live stream, but it's such a goddamn mouth. Go.
There's a new Beyblade. Beyblade, go! Pull out. Watch you joke, Jerry. Tell us you joke.
I have to take my phone out of my
Joke
pocket.
you always say to me when I say pull out.
I mean, I know I pointed at the phone at the teacher a lot.
So Jerry came over and he always tells me his joke. Joke's like, pull out.
There.
Why did you have
Oh, I love
Jerry
this.
literally tells me to pull him.
It's a live thing. You can watch it right now. Yeah.
No, they don't, Jared.
It's a YouTube live stream. No, my stuff. You know what's funny? I can actually access it. That's the funny part.
What?
Oh, you know, he
YouTube
gave...
channel?
I can access it if I want.
Who?
William.
Well, how?
Now it's my number.
How?
It's Buffalo.
Oh, yeah. How?
It's called, you ask him for his email, password, and he will give it to you. Legit.
You have his email.
I asked him for his email in Pastor Drew's YouTube channel. He told me it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
You guys remember last year during enrichment when Alan kept annoying William?
William is just terrible.
Our enrichment last year sucked.
Wait, let me see.
Yep, it's still gone. Dude, in 4 minutes we're gonna be on an hour. And we're stuck in 2 hours of science.
I love math.
Oh, I love math.
Yeah.
I love me some
good
math. Yeah, you gotta look. Guys. Oh, vlogging.
What?
I was walking through the woods on Airball. I got a video.
Wow, so funny.
What are you guys even talking about?
Whee!
Yeah, I do go. Yeah, that's how it's done. You're slow. Yeah, of course you're slow. Yeah, he's been he's on a book. towards that guy.
Oh my god,
Hi, Mr. Cat.
Oh, you have to know it's really hard.
Jared makes me move my
Get that out of your hair. It's Goku. This seriously needs to fix that. That's the only. Good job. I want to line up. Hey, you guys should do my live stream, you know? I'm doing a live stream right here, right now. It's been a whole hour. No, YouTube.
Who's watching? Oh.
About, you know, 3 people.
Who are those 3 people?
I don't know, people in school. Nah, I won't dream.
You been watching your class too?
I mean, I've been going through 2 classes of recording so far. I got Emmanuel falling onto the ground on his ass, and also Philip doing the same. Yeah, and Jacob.
Wait, how do you go YouTube live?
I'm going for the live stream. Who should I hit?
You guys like my live stream? Laggy as fuck, dude.
I'm going for the live stream.
Do it!
That garbage truck is very trashy. Dylan, I found your house. What, where?
You have to move. I'm gonna get the trash man. Wait. Jump on this seat. Princess, jump on this seat. I'll get on video. I'll give you $1. I'll give you cookies.
We'll give you $11. Fuck you. I will run up the truck.
Hey, Alan.
No.
Alan, you're on my live stream. Ah!
Wait, don't I have change in my pocket?
Wait, is that an actual fucking...
It's an actual fucking live stream. Look at the top left.
Yeah, fuck, okay. Yo, what's the name of it?
Hey, we're on 1 hour.
Let's go. Ooh. Live stream.
My phone's at like 10%.
Oh, that's fucking terrible. Wait, how long have you had that up for?
About an hour and 5 minutes.
That's terrible. How many people are watching? Like 0?
No.
Really? So who's watching it?
Oh. Now it's 0.
You want me to hop on?
Yeah, hop on. Yeah, you'll see your own self in
That'd
it.
be dope. I like it.
I can actually join my own live stream.
Okay, I hate that laugh video.
What's wrong?
It's a teacher.
Does it shut off if you put it in your pocket? If you like shut it off?
No, whenever I'm sitting in class, I just let go like this and just records everything. Best part is no one's seen it yet.
God. Oh, hey, I get it. Fine. What? Not her friends. Yo, stop kicking that.
Oop. Chuck it at the basketball hoop. Chuck it at the hoop.
I'm a freeloader. Princess. Princess, you want it?
No.
Me? No. No, get off me. Yeah. I'm a freeloader. I need money.
Oh no, we just got kicked out of our house, so I need that money.
Yeah, I just got evicted. Bitch, you lived in a house. I just got evicted. I need help.
Exhausting. You don't do the school milk water thing?
I'm so low.
Let's go back here. My phone out.
Damn, I want some water.
Okay.
So, you look at school milk and you're like, damn, I want some water. Join the cause. It's called, damn, I want some water.
Yeah, you know.
You're laughing.
He's like, he's laughing at the fact that somebody's getting raped.
Nice conversation.
Yeah.
Fucking strong.
Robert go crazy.
Not on video, man.
No. I almost had that.
Ooh, why is she everyone like a dog, bro?
What the fuck is Diego doing?
What the? No. Come on, man. Oh, you know it's 0.
Eyes vibrating. Hey man.
Dude, I got.
My eyeballs vibrating.
We'll cap at 5%.
Wow.
And you have your phone charger?
Oh no.
What is Diego?
What the fuck